so close. What does she want?
I'm the map! I'm the map! I'm the map!
Oh, what?
Swipe or no swiping. Buckle up, so we'll be safe.
Sis, you're speaking Dora?
We did it? I mean, I did? Jeez. But that's why you're here. I love the kids and all, but all this toddler shows are destroying my mental...
Okay, then let's just watch Inception. That ought to get you up to an adult mindset.
Go straight from Dora to Nolan? Are you trying to kill me? I went to you because your taste is so much more intermediate. And I was hoping that you could suggest something to ease me into teenager stuff.
You should loan her your copy of Adventure Time. She'll enjoy that and be healed. You did hear that intermediate crack, right? Why not use this as an opportunity to get another review in this month? There's plenty of crappy kids shows with monsters in them. Burn everything! Ah, Mr. Breadfruit!
Okay, seriously, no one even watched my Identity Crisis video. Get out of here.
What?
Oh, no. Ah!
What? What? Sorry I drank your soda, I can get you some more.
No, it's alright. Let's go watch Monster High Escape from Skull Shores. And let's not walk past any mirrors, okay?
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
he did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster.
Hello, I'm Victor. That's Christina over there getting the laptop.
Coming.
And this is the Junkyard. Today we're going to be looking at Monster High Escape from Skull Shores.
So to start, we don't know much about Monster High. When I heard about it, I was intrigued enough by the Monster Mash meets Barbie concept to visit Wikipedia and watch about half a webisode.
And all I know is what I've seen at Toys R Us. I don't think we're gonna need Cliff Notes to follow this TV special, but I got the laptop open just in case. Let's get to it. This television special starts as the Headless Headmistress declares spring break. Oh, I guess the eponymous Monster High is only making a cameo in this one.
Cut to a carnival where our protagonists are discussing their upcoming trip to the Florida Keys. Wolf Girl, the new Prometheate, Pinkula, Rigger Mary, Mummy Ass, White Russian, Amphibian Girl, and Fish Dude are all heading down, the last reluctantly, as he will be meeting Amphibian Girl's parents.
By the way, this says their names are Claudine, Frankie, Draculaura, Julia, Abby Abominable, Clea, Denial, Laguna, and Gil.
Okay, we'll use Frankie, Laguna, and Gil's actual names, but only because they're easier to say and don't make me cringe.
I'll agree to that.
But before we go on, I have to ask, what's the deal with Frankie? I get that these guys are like second-generation monsters, so was she born all stitched up with bolts in her neck?
According to this, she was only 16 days old on the first episode, so I think the Frankenstein monster and Bride of Frankenstein put her together as a team.
But if they wanted offspring, why didn't they just make her a baby Stein?
Well, they'd have to make it out of dead babies.
Fair enough, but that means that the Frankenstein family, mere weeks before the first episode, ripped apart a dead teenager and did horrible experiments with her.
You're overthinking this now.
Probably, but this is still the darkest thing I've reviewed all month.
Anyway, I guess what's making Gil so nervous is that he's freshwater while Laguna is saltwater. Racial tension subplot, or a setup for more fish puns?
You already know the answer to that, but hey, we'll see. Anywho, they end up on a yacht soaking in the sun, including Pinkula, who is doing a remarkable job of not turning to dust.
Or sparkling.
You're dead to me.
Also, Mummy Ass has covered her bandages with trendy pants, smothering her only real claim to monsterness. And somewhere between reaching the dock and docking, some of them got really expensive-looking haircuts. Anyway, as Laguna tries to convince Gil that the ocean isn't so bad, a kraken swims up and trashes the boat. Oh no, he didn't. Wait till you see him back at Monster High.
Monster or not, I think when you're larger than the building they teach in, you have to homeschool.
Well, no wonder he's bitter.
The next scene opens rather cleverly, with Frankie using her own energy to light a lantern, illuminating their plight. After a told-you-so from Gil, we meet Farnham and Kipling, a dishonest traveling merchant and his apparently deformed assistant. I really hope that guy isn't meant to be an elephant man, because that guy was a real human being, not a freaking fictional monster.
Not every guy with the sack over his head is the Elephant Man, Victor. Anyway, Farnham spots the girls and immediately thinks they'd be great for a traveling sideshow. Farnham? I think parading around a bunch of teenage girls who appear to be wearing makeup and cheap plastic Halloween accessories might draw in the crowds. Until the police arrive.
Well advised or not, Farnham picks up the girls and offers to take them to the Great Barrier Reef. Here he gets a good look at Frankie, who he realizes is a dead ringer for some other girl who is apparently the key to finding someone or some...
Oh my god, you're right. Frankie is made up of dead teenagers.
Oh, let's not jump conclusions. I'm pretty sure this is just the filmmakers trying to set up some kind of mistaken identity subplot or something.
You don't suddenly try to be the voice of reason. Mirror.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Mirror.
Okay, Christina, just keep in mind this is only temporary.
Explain.
Alright. I have watched so many monster movies. You know what I finally realized? It's not about monsters. It never was. It's about what they represent. Vampires.
Is this a monologue?
A little bit of one.
You said this is temporary?
Probably.
Fine. Well, let's just get on with it.
Anyway, Farnham takes the girls on a detour to Skull Shores, where they are greeted by the Tiki, a bunch of little brown identical people, who immediately take Frankie off for the royal treatment.
Here the other ghouls get their share of lines, and my gods. Also, they give everyone nice little huts, but then make mummy-ass sleep over in a crappy little hammock. I know it's standard to take the snotty girl down a peg in these things, but unless she actually does smell like thousands-year-old corpse soaked in embalming fluid, I don't know why they're doing this to her.
Soon the girls realize that all the statues peppering the island look like Frankie, and try to get some answers from Farnham. He makes it out to be a big secret surprise, and I can't help but think it will be. He says there'll be a party that night, and Laguna's suspicions are drowned out by teenage enthusiasm.
Meanwhile, they enjoy themselves while the universe in general dumps on mummy-ass. Frankie ends up talking with Kipling, who says that under his mask he's too terrible to behold. She says he doesn't need to worry, since he's basically surrounded by monsters. If you had so much as, say, an obviously mismatched nose sewn on, or even a goat's eye plunked into your left socket, your argument would carry more weight.
Yeah, that would sell dolls. Anyway, Laguna and Gil go spying and discover what Farnham is hiding. At the exact same time he decides to reveal it on his own. Oh well. Basically, there was a monster terrorizing the Tiki. It fell for Frankie's double/face stoner, and so they sacrificed her to it. Now Farnham has offered Frankie up as a new sacrifice.
The beast crashes through the trees towards Frankie, and we see that it is the love child of Hern the Hunter and King Kong, inexplicably purple, in little pants. So yeah, as soon as it's distracted, Farnham and the Tikis try to capture the beast with little success. The beast takes off, with Farnham and the girls in hot pursuit. The beast manages to lose them by jumping a cliff, where...
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, I thought I heard somebody say, oh my ghoul. So they used ghoul in place of girl and god. Couldn't they have come up with any other wretched puns?
Well, the technical definitions of ghoul tend to refer to beings that either eat, rob, or desecrate the dead, and her parents were made by people who robbed graves in an attempt to play gods, so arguably...
Oh my ghoul, that is so freaked up.
Anyway, after passing out, Frankie wakes up in a ship stuck up a tree where she is greeted by Andy, who are saved from the drawn-out subplot when he just admits up front that he's the beast.
Farnham and the girls continue to, separately, track Frankie and Andy, where Rigger Mary and White Russian contemplate escaping the hole they were dropped into. And between all the squeaky voices and bad accents, I think Rigger Mary has some of the best lines in the movie.
Back with Frankie, Andy is giving his sob story. He was born like this to human parents, and for whatever reason, the fear and hatred of others builds up and turns him into the beast. Becoming a giant purple monster didn't exactly help him make friends, so it became a cycle, and his parents sent him away. He thought he was finally free of his problems when he got shipwrecked on the island, but the Tikis had hate to spare, and the cycle continued.
Huh. First Laguna and Gil's saltwater, freshwater issues, now a prejudice monster. Guess we got our movie's theme firmly nailed down. And speak of the devilfish, Laguna gets captured while Gil appears to slink off. Here we get some quiet conversation between Frankie and Andy, then Laguna and Kipling, all along the established themes. Then White Russian and Rigger Mary escape.
Everything comes to a head when all the characters, save Gil, converge into a clearing. Outnumbered, Farnham manages to take Frankie hostage using a convenient multi-purpose magnet. He's about to get away when Gil finally shows up with an army of saltwater creatures, including the Kraken, who just needed a friend, I guess. Our tentacled hero tosses Farnham across the island.
However, even as Gil and Laguna wrap up their subplot, Farnham and Kipling regroup. Soon school's back in session, and Frankie is trying to reassure Andy that everything is okay. Seriously, how did her hair get that long again?
Just push down, turn, put another one on, push down, turn, until you hear a click.
So Andy, despite having some confusion with modern society, manages to fit in, and things are going well. Until they decide to have an assembly. Yeah, this is where things always fell apart back when I was in high school.
Turns out it's Farnham, disguising himself with a beard, hat, and absolutely nothing else. And yeah, Monster High's apparent inability to screen its guest presenters is also feeling pretty familiar. He starts berating and heckling Andy, meanwhile managing to fight off an auditorium full of monsters with embarrassing little effort.
Andy does end up going King Kong again, and Farnham goes in for the hard sell. You don't even belong here, but I can protect you, come with me. In other words, Farnham is negging him.
I don't want to believe that's a thing.
Andy, realizing that his pun-free name makes him a pariah in this school, is prepared to go with Farnham, but Frankie talks him out of it. The showman tries to recover when even Kipling is inspired, and you are kidding me, he is supposed to be the Elephant Man. Mattel should consider themselves lucky that Joseph Merrick hasn't already returned from the grave to sue their asses.
Simmer down. Kipling tosses Farnham into a convenient tar pit, he freaks out, and is dragged off to the funny farm. As Kipling decides that he just might have a place at Monster High, the headmistress declares that spring break has been extended for a week while they fix the dang school. Everyone heads back to Skull Shores, and they party straight to the end.
So, I know we aren't the movie's target demographic. Hey!
What now?
Take a look. Wore off, just like I said it would.
Just when I came to terms with society's prejudices and my own insecurities, I accepted myself for who I am.
Christina, this is who you are. That was a fluke of science. Stop trying to shoehorn yourself into the moral theme.
Don't try to oppress me and my monocular brethren.
I am your brother. So, I know we aren't the movie's target demographic, but objectively, how was it?
Not really that bad. A pretty solid story, the theme was handled well, and the relevant characters were fairly well written. The script was functional. I would say that the villain was a little unfocused, though entertaining. The voices and accents were a bit hard to take, though they were mostly carryovers from the webisodes.
And I do have to say, yeah, I get that this was meant to sell dolls to girls, but it does undermine the theme of tolerance and self-acceptance when nearly every character is an application of flesh-tone makeup away from being a model. Seriously, this is our creature from the Black Lagoon. At least give her some obvious gills. Also, I do like how the movie leaves the fate of Andy's girl explorer friend so wide freaking open. Let's just face facts. After she left Skull Shores, Andy's old friend was torn apart by the Frankenstein monster and used to make his new friend. I want to see the episode where he figures this out.
You've got some serious darkness hiding in that brain of yours, Victor.
Oh, I know. I'm working on that.
Well, okay, that was Monster High, Escape from Skull Shores. A pretty decent tween movie, but now I think I'm ready to move on to some Tarantino. In the meantime, this has been
Victor
and Christina, and this is The Junkyard.
Thanks for watching.
These are my boys, my skeleton crew, a little strange, but so are you. Don't you want to be a monster too?
Alrighty.
Hey. Can you give him a kiss?
Lila! Lila! Hello!
Why are you staring at me?
Oh. Come on, guys.
Sorry,
Can you give him a kiss?